We saw him in a teacher kind of school prank. He's trying to copy it. Didn't work out so well.
Shut up, dude. Now we got a nice little dunce hat for a man to wear. We know nobody really wears dunce hats anymore, but we know a little shame goes a long way, and I wish people still did. Now, for this one, I had a whole bunch of different things I saw in movies and ideas for pranks and gags and stuff, but I didn't want to actually list out what it could have been here because somebody would end up doing it here in school and I'd get blamed for it. So think of, again, dumb things people tried to do that were funny at the time, didn't end up being funny. I can please have now two people from... Hi guys, back there, having fun with it? Two of you guys can sit down from back there. They don't even hear me, but if any of you can call them on your cell phone, let them know. They can sit down. How many of you have ever had something you've done in the past come back to haunt you? Something you did way back that kind of caught up with you after time? Go right ahead, man.
Some friends whose pants you pulled down earlier in the school year come to your house to beat you up.
Does this ever happen to anybody? Something happened a long time ago, but somebody still remembers it? That does happen. There are no stories I can really, I thought about one, but again, might be a little inappropriate for school. But when people remember things, guys, just as a reminder, how many of you know somebody that's cheated on their boyfriend or girlfriend? Sometimes, I don't know anybody. Do people remember that for a long time? All right. Does anybody read about the fight that happened over the weekend at St. Patrick's Day at one of the bars? Big fight in Utica. And it turns out a couple of the people that instigated that fight, the people they beat up, they had a vendetta against them. They remembered something from way back, and that was kind of payback for one of those people. So real things happen. People that make decisions. Do I have my next reader ready? Please, go ahead and read. I'm going to ask you a question. T-Bug. Go right ahead.
Well, let's be someone else.
I'm sorry. Hold on, time out. May I have the clown? You can go right over here. There you go. You're reading it for both of these characters. Go ahead.
Rob, well, at a party, something called glass to smoke. Can you get it?
What you just heard there is these people at a party and somebody offered them something called glass to smoke. Well, now you know what it is. Does anybody know what drug that is? Methamphetamine. I have met more people who smoked methamphetamine the first time that thought it was marijuana than I can even tell you about. Because you could smoke it in a bunch of different ways. And somebody said, look, there's a different kind of marijuana. And it ends up being methamphetamine. Extremely addictive drug and extremely dangerous. And we see some of the nice things it does to people. Let's see the next one. This is what your mouth might look like over time after using methamphetamine. This is called meth mouth. Putting all these chemicals into your body can end up being very detrimental. Now, we have two things going on here. Rob, you might be here on this nice bucket shot product. You realize in methamphetamine, there is, this is windshield wiper fluid. We have kerosene and gasoline. There is antifreeze. There are matches. There are all kinds of different things in this drug that could either be a pill, a powder, or a liquid. You could smoke it. You can do a bunch of different things. It doesn't look harmless. These are all things that go into it. And he's going to get to carry that around. We have our next reader read to our Miss Stokely character, who also used methamphetamine at the same party.
Stokely, you were at the same party as Rob and were offered the same stuff to smoke. You did it, and you died.
Now we're going to have your character, I'm sorry, man, you're going to lay down on the ground floor. We're going to cover him with a white sheet. Now, this might look kind of weird, but working in the field of drug and alcohol treatment and addiction, I can't tell you how many people we've met over the years that are no longer here because they died. They overdosed, they took something wrong, they did it the wrong way, they injected something into the wrong vein or artery. All kinds of things happen. It's very real. It's terrible for people your age to have to live with the memory of somebody that you saw in a casket or a coffin because they died because of something they did. So she's now going to get to spend the rest of the game covered in the little white sheet. Now you guys are together for this last come together. How many of you know anybody that's ever made a quick decision that they regretted for the rest of their life? Alright. Reader, please.
Jake and Jane, you are voted prom king and queen and hook up after the prom. You have no protection and makes you feel better.
Now they're lucky enough to be blessed with twins. They're each gonna get a baby carrier, a bag. They get their little crown. And now Jeannie also has herpes because she slept with Jake. How many of you know people that throughout the course of a school year will end up dating 5 or 6 different people? And then those 5 or 6 different people end up dating 5 or 6 other different people. Once one person gets something in an area, everybody else might not know about it, but no matter what, guys, always remember, and again, I'm not going to get too graphic on this, assume that people you're with might have something real bad. Even if you trust them, you know them, they've only been with one person, well, guess what? That one person was with 7 people, and they were with 10 people, and they were with 20 people. All that stuff rolls down. Now, welcome to the life of having children in her 50s. All right, how many of you know somebody that has ever done something totally irrational because they were drunk or high?
Brittany, people were making fun of you because you tried to dress like Avril Lavigne to go to a party. You got so frustrated that you decided to walk home. It was a far walk and you were so high you didn't even think about your hair. You got frostbite on your foot and doctors nearly had to amputate it.
That's what frostbite looks like. That picture's actually harder to see when it's blown up. But I had a student who goes to another area of school around here who got so high one night, he left the house he was at without his shoes. Now, it sounds funny, and everybody laughs when they hear that, but